Hi guys, welcome to the Pansy Picot podcast. My name is Kay, and this is a craft cast, mostly about knitting, sometimes cats, sometimes cross-stitch, sometimes sewing, kind of depends upon what I've been feeling like and what I've gotten up to, but recently, mostly knits, because we've been obsessed with knits. It all started in 2018, and then you do a fancy fade, and there it is. So anyway, let's see what we got, and I'll see you in a minute. Welcome everybody. Hello to all of my friends who have been here long term, and a special hello and welcome to all of you that are new and visiting here. Like I said, my name is Kay, and this is the Pansy Picot Craftcast, and I think I already said I talk about knitting mostly, sometimes cross-stitch, sometimes other things. I have to distract the cat because she has heard us talking and she is interested in all the things. No, will you stop, please? You're not helping. You are not helping. Anyway, my cross-stitch stand is over there and she is rubbing her head against it, and it's gonna knock over my iPad that I have sitting on there. Anyway, hi, welcome. I am going to just start splicing together little bits and pieces of podcast. I've recorded them over a couple of days, just when I had the time to look at things, and as it gets edited together. Hopefully at the very end, it'll be a big, happy, coherent thought, but who knows? Oh, before I start editing things together, my new favorite thing, which some of you do, is I've slowly been working myself off of sodas. I find that I really like the carbonation, and I'm having a hard time drinking enough water, so I've started drinking like the seltzered water. This is Market Pantry. It is the Target brand. Raspberry Blackberry. It is one of my new favorite flavors. Walmart has a blackberry lemonade, another one of my favorite flavors. And Winco has strawberries and cream, which is super sweet, definitely strawberry, definitely creamy, absolutely delicious seltzer water, flavored seltzer waters. Anyway, my new favorite thing. Let's start slicing clips together. Let's talk about knits. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about knits. I don't know how the rest of that song goes. Let's talk about knits. Let's do my one work in progress, which I am slowly coming to the end of. I know, surprisingly, I only have one work in progress. So this is my Botanique Shawl. It is by Casapinka. I am knitting it in these wonderful colors from Polka Dot Sheep, which I purchased while I was up in Whitefish when my sister and I went to Glacier at the beginning of June. And yes, I'm well aware that I have not yet put together a video. It's long and there's lots of driving, and I really don't know if anybody will really look at just a lot of driving. So here are the colors that I am using. This is the Botanique Shawl, and it is a monster, and I am loving every minute of it. Here is, where did I put my marker? So at this little marker by Simply Serving is where I was last time you guys saw it. So you saw my little start here, some fun little flower things, trees, including the tree where I accidentally left off the top knot, a soft, beautiful sort of slip stitch pattern that kind of disappears in that. Some more fun stuff. Here's a couple butterflies and stripes and mesh. And then, let's see, what do we got? I have done more lace work. Oh, this is sort of like a broken rib / seed stitch thing. These are thistles. They kind of float up. These little flower stitches are kind of fun to do. I don't know, I sometimes call this a dip stitch because you dip down below and pull the yarn up to make that sort of flower motif. It's heavy, it's getting out of the way. All right, here we go. We'll corral it. We've got stripes and some textured stitches to make these tiny little baubles. We have some butterflies right here, a little bit of eyelets, little bit of, I don't know, this color work was all slip stitches and was a lot of fun to do. These were kind of weird. You worked them on the purl side, on the back side, but they just create a little soft texture. And then here I am with another set of butterflies, and you can kind of see right there that I'm halfway through the next row of butterflies, so I just need to put the tops of the butterflies on, do 2 more garter stitch rows, and I will be done with this section. And then I have 3 more sections left, including the border. I'm getting really close to being done with this. And I have really enjoyed it. This is what I've knitted since Thursday, which doesn't really matter since who knows when you'll be watching it and if I actually get it edited and put up in a timely manner. This big monster, wonderful shawl. Oh, I can't wait for it to be a little bit cooler in the winter. I shouldn't say that, although it's been stupid hot. But I do hate the cold. But I do like the cold because I get to wear the pretty shawls. I'm looking forward to being able to wear this. It's going to be fun. It's going to be great. Yay. Yay. Alright, so the second project that I worked on, that's my only whip. So these next 2 are done and dusted, completed objects, finished projects. The first one is Tawanda, and this is by Casapinka. It normally calls for really contrasting colors, but as I was looking through my shelf of colors, I found 2, sort of a gray and a purple, that I had picked out from Yarn Café Creations. It was May of 2019 was when I bought these. And so I saw these sitting together and I bought them to go together, and I thought, this would be great. In the skein and when I balled them up, they looked to be quite contrasty, but as you can see, the contrast is really quite subtle in real life. So I called it my super subtle Tawanda. And like most Casapinka patterns, it is the sampler of fun. Now this section is the wrong section. I misunderstood the instructions that she was telling me to do, and so it looked funky to me because I thought it was supposed to be this texture stitch. It was supposed to be something completely different, but I had it in my mind that it should be this, shouldn't have been that. So I just, this is one of my favorite texture patterns from Casapinka, so I just did this. I've done it so many times I can do it from memory, so I just figured it out and threw that in there. Anyway, then you do a little bit of striping between the purple and the gray. Surprisingly, the gray was called Grapes, and the purple was called Bessie. And I couldn't figure it out because you'd think that the purple would be Grapes and the gray would be Bessie. I just bought them because they were gorgeous. So here we go, we've got some texture pattern. This is supposed to be stripes, but it doesn't hardly look striped. We have got a little bit of lace. This will be more feathery and fanny once I get it blocked. This is another slip stitch type of texture. Oh, it's nubby and it feels lovely. We've got just a little bit of stockinette. Some fun lace things going on right here. Garter stitch with a pattern. Yeah, there's just a little bit of a slip stitch pattern here. Some nice wide panels, kind of like not a ribbing, but like a wide ribbing, because you've got your stockinette and then you've got your garter, and then a simple garter border. So this is my super subtle Tawanda. It's nice asymmetrical triangle. I love wearing these. There went my glasses. Whatever. I'll just throw it on like that. It's perfect. Alright, let me take this off and I'll show you my last finished object. Alright, my last finished object is Winter Lights by Stephen West. And it turned out absolutely gorgeous. Look how it starts there and everything sort of rays out from there, and then you come down into some little baubles, which I didn't like doing at all, but they're really pretty. You get some honeycombs, and once I get that blocked out, they will be super pretty. Some honeycombs, some more of the baubles, and then some feather and fan rippling wonderfulness down there at the bottom. This was fun. This was a challenge. Oh, you see my little Christmas tree marker right here in the middle of everything? That's where the shawl was the last time I showed it to you. And I did a really nice job. Came down to about here. I was almost finished right here. And I knew that I would not have enough of the dark navy blue to finish it up. So I had to order some more from Miss Babs. And while I waited for that to come in, that's when I knit Tawanda because I needed to be working on something. And Botanique was at work. So we just went crazy. This one, it's gorgeous. It's beautiful. So anyway, there's this absolute gorgeous, gorgeous shawl. Once again, I can't wait for it to be cold so I can wear it. So that leaves us with soon to knit. Not quite knit, soon to knit. So coming up here on August 14th is going to be the start of Casapinka's fall, summer mystery knit along. This year it's called Snarkimeter, and the requirements were put out super early. It's a 4-color minimum shawl and it's a rectangular shawl. And so it looks to be really, really fun. I find that I enjoy these. So off we go. So I started the stash dive. I've got a lot of stash and I want to use some of my stash. So I started with this beautiful sparkly yarn in Chill Pill. There you go. It's a one-off. It's one of the first skeins I bought a long, long time ago when I was kind of figuring out what I really liked. So I thought, I want to get this out of my stash. I want to use it. It's one of the very few sparkly yarns that I have. I thought, all right, this is great. Let's get this one out. And so then I paired it with this gorgeous. This is Purple Joy, which is the Maryland Sheep and Wool color from 2020. And so while it's not an exact match, it's pretty close. So I figured those would work excellently. And as I was reading on Miss Babs' website about, you know, possible colors that match or go with the Purple Joy, they suggested that Sweet Pea, is that what this is? Yep, Sweet Pea would be an excellent match. And indeed, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it picks up on some of the pinky flecks that are in the Purple Joy. So I had 3. And I ransacked my stash. I looked at pinks, I looked at grays, I looked at turquoises. I made 1, 2, 3, maybe 4. Nope, just 3. That's a different thing. Anyway, 3 other sets of 4 colors that would work really quite excellent together. But it just, nothing spoke to me like, you know, these 3 are something that I really, really wanted to work. So I posted in the Casapinka Facebook group. It's closed, it's private. They've limited the membership to about 6,000. When it gets over about 6,000, you know, it gets a little harder to see things or to, you know, keep it organized, keep the people from being super crazy. But anyway, I showed them some of my other things. They suggested another pink. They suggested another teal maybe to act as another contrast color. Great suggestions, great everything. So I went to Miss Babs and I bought, you know, 2 or 3 things to see if I could find a good, you know, coordinating color with these. I'll show those in the Stash Acquisitions section. It's coming up here. Those didn't quite work, ordered some more, those didn't quite work. Ransacked my stash again, kind of thinking more blue turquoise, and found that I had this skein of Go West, and it has little flecks of the purples in there. I don't know if it's going to show very well, but you can see little tiny speckles of pink as well. Now they said this pattern can use, you know, 2 variegated, so my 2 variegateds are here. And those don't look bad next to each other. Can add those together. And then, yep, it does kind of pop out. It's kind of poppy. And so then we add this big old pink thing. So I think this is going to be my color palette for Snarkimeter. I think it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. It's going to be okay. And I think it's been suggested that the background color, there's what I'm trying to say. Your background color should be B, so this is pretty solid. This is pretty solid. I don't know that I want the pink to be background. I think this would make a bit better background. Things will pop off in front of it. So what am I thinking? I am thinking A, B, hold still, C, and can we do this? Almost. And D. So that's what I am thinking of for Snarkimeter. Alright, let's look at the yarns that arrived in the past 2 months that are not kit related. Things that I ordered looking for something else, things that I ordered that were absolutely beautiful. There goes Princess. She's knocked something over. Yeah, you're just getting into trouble over there, aren't you? We'll see. Okay, so as I was talking earlier about the search for the perfect yarn to go with my upcoming Snarkimeter, I did some ordering trying to find that last color. In the first order I picked up some Hitchhiker's Birthday in Yummy 2-ply from Miss Babs. And this is just really, really pretty. Absolutely loved it. Little flecks of all the colors, the pinks and the blues, which you guys know I love. A little touch of yellow down here. Anyway, absolutely gorgeous. This was dyed in celebration of the Hitchhiker Shawl. It's a pattern by Martina Bem. It turned a big birthday, and right now I can't remember if it was 10 years, 15 years, 5 years, 20 years. I don't know. It could be 50 years old. It's not, but you know. It's a great pattern, a great beginner pattern. A lot of people do it. So in celebration, Miss Babs made up this gorgeous colorway called Hitchhiker's Birthday for the celebration of Hitchhiker's Birthday. Along with that, I was looking for a pink that might work really well. So I picked up Fairy Floss, Miss Babs Yummy 2-ply, and a lovely, it's a great pink. Speckles, yummy, yummy, yummy. It blended a little too much with the other pink that I had, but I will have no troubles finding a home for this to go in one of these days. I can only knit so fast, and I need to knit faster. So there is this gorgeous bit of yarn, and in the same order I picked up a purple, thinking maybe I could find another purple that would go with the yarns. I smiled and laughed because Princess is over here in the windowsill batting her head against the blinds, so she'll definitely get up to trouble. Alright, here it is. This is Gintin. I'm not really sure how to pronounce that. It might be a flower. I don't know. But it's a soft, kind of a bluey purple. Really gorgeous. And since it's more of a blue purple, it had strayed too far away from the straight down the middle purples. It didn't quite work with my other colors for Snarkimeter. So that was gorgeous. Then, let's see, Miss Babs put up some gorgeous colors. And I just kind of went, oh, I need that! And that color was Pale Passion Flower. And this is for SSK, which is the Super Summer Knit Along. It is a retreat thrown by the Knit Girls with 3 L's. Knit Girls is their podcast. You can find them here on YouTube. They're quite an enjoyable pair. They've been podcasting for 10 years. They have been going for a long, long time. Anyway, they throw a retreat in Tennessee at the beginning of summer, so it's the Super Summer Knit Along, or SSK. Anyway, this Pale Passion Flower, so beautiful, so beautiful. You'll see that it relates. It has a lot of the same light coloring that Hitchhiker's Birthday does, but there's none of the super bright pinks or the bright yellows that Hitchhiker's Birthday has, and so this really, really, really speaks to me. It's so much that I had to buy 2 of them because I love this. Right? Right? Oh, I have no idea what I'm going to use it for, but it's going to be great, or it's going to be May. Anyway, I've thought about using it as a neutral for hang on, I have a similar set of mini skeins that are fewer skeins, so I thought it might work as an in-betweener for these. I'll show you these later if I haven't already shown you to them. So there's those. Anyway, similar to that, so I thought maybe it'd be a nice in-betweener. Love these colors. Just absolutely gorgeous. Love, love, love. Put that in the box. And since I was still kind of looking for a colorway that would work for Snarkimeter, here is another one that I bought to audition. This is Be at Peace. Miss Babs Yummy 2-ply. Wonderful, light, sort of bluey, aqua-y green. That's nice. It didn't make it into Snarkimeter, but I foresee no problems in me finding something for this to be used with. And then the last one I bought with that group was Amethyst, which is a deep, dark purple. It's almost just a titch to the red side of your purples. Love it. Yummy 2-ply, Miss Babs, because she has my number. What can I say? So there is that one. That was another order that I put in. And then since I was thinking about doing using my other set of mini skeins similar to the ones that I showed you, but not the exact ones because they're over there on the bookshelf, picked up 2 skeins of This Is Blackbird. I think that it would be a gorgeous dark contrast to the mini skein set that is over on the bookshelf in pinks and purples. We'll hold it up again. Quite similar to this one, but not that one. Similar, but not quite, so this would definitely be a great dark separator for the other set of mini skeins that I haven't shown you. So this is Blackbird. Absolutely, absolutely lovely. And then Miss Babs had just done some fun dyeing like she does, and there were a couple of wild irises, which are one-offs that she doesn't expect to repeat. So we have Imaginative and Center Stage. So this is slightly bluer of the blues, pinks, and purples that I love, and this is the slightly purpler of the purples, pinks, and blues that I love. So here we have Imaginative. And then Center Stage, quite similar, a little more purple, a little more pink. Absolutely love Center Stage as well. Those are the single skeins, not kit items that I have purchased in like the last 2 months to come live with me. So there you go. Okay, let's look at yarn kits that have arrived in the mail in like the past 2 months. I would say too many, but there's no such thing as too many. We'll start with a couple yarn sets that one yarn set that I got for the Great British Baking Shawl set. It was a mystery knit 2-3 years ago, something like that. I didn't do it at the time. I don't know, something just struck me. I saw it knit up. It was beautiful. Miss Babs did kits for it, and so I purchased the here we go, the berry cheesecake kit. So you can see this is part B. It's all sorts of lovely, delicious, yummy browns. Kind of get it right there. See how beautiful those browns are, because of course if you're having berry cheesecake, you have to have some deliciousness for the crust. That's the first set of gradients. And then here is the second set. Well, this is really part A. That was part B. But anyway, here are all of our berries. Is there any question in this world why I love these colors? They're the purples and pinks that I absolutely adore. Yeah, I would like to start this one soon-ish. Soon-ish. Soon, like in, 3 years, 5 years. Gorgeous, gorgeous shawl, super interesting construction. It ends up having like a sawtooth ridge at the bottom of the wrap. I think it's flat on top. It's been a few days since I've looked at it, but definitely a sawtooth ridge on the bottom of the wrap. Interesting construction. Sampler pattern like I really like. A little of this, a little of that. So that was Berry Cheesecake. The next kit that I picked up, also Miss Babs in the Yummy 2-ply, because I'm predictable if anything, was for a painting bricks shawl set, which is a design by Stephen West. So the kit came with 2 of these to act as the main color, and these are Larimar. I don't know if that's pronounced correctly, but it's how you're getting it from me, Larimar. So it is a lovely, bright turquoisey. And then that goes along with this batch of mini skeins, 2-ply toes. You can see the painting brick shawl there. And once again, is there any question why I picked this up? All those purples, all those pinks, fun, fun, fun. Absolutely love these. I think I will probably do a painting honeycombs shawl with it instead of the painting bricks. I think the yarn requirements are pretty similar. It's just the shapes of the shawls is a little bit different. And I really enjoyed the honeycomb sections like I did on the Winter Light shawl. So that is kit numero doso. Whatever. And then the last kit I picked up is from a mystery knit along last year, but I'm going to use it for a mystery knit along this year. The mystery knit along this year is called Just Beachy. This was from the garden variety kits, which was the mystery last year. Anyway, same sort of thing where it has 2 main skeins. And this is a nice dark sprucey kind of blue-green. Gorgeous. This is called Suspense, is the name of this. So that is our background. And then the mini skeins is called Rose Bower. And so this breaks a little away from my favorite sets of colors into kind of the oranges and the yellows. A little bit of pink on this end, a little bit of purple on that end, so that's really why it called my name. So those are gorgeous. I looked at all the sets for the upcoming Just Beachy theme. I didn't love them as much as I really liked this garden variety set, so that's why this came home to live with me. And so those are all the set yarns that have come home to live with me over the past 2 months. Alright, non-yarn purchases. Let's start with purchases related to yarn. I put in several orders with Simply for Serving. She is on Etsy, as well as all of these other wonderful places. That's where you can find her. And she makes cute little clay doohickeys, plus art and stickers and any manner of things. She has some really cute rubber stamps that she's designed. Anyway, Simply Serving, a lot of fun. So I had 3 orders. My first order is all blackberry themed thing. So here we have a cute little, let's turn this around so you can see it, a cute little cupcake, blackberry themed cupcake, and then a blackberry themed, focus over here, little piece of cake, purple colors. Those are obviously my favorite colors. Well, obviously, if you've been here a while, you'll know. And then this cute little thing is a blackberry. I love blackberries. Those are some of my favorite fruits. So I ordered all those in. I like to get the lever back clasps so I can hang them on my my projects. I like them a little bit better than the lobster clasps. So there are those. And then like a week later, she put out a collection of strawberry and raspberry things. So I had to order again. I just didn't have a choice at all. So here is this cute little raspberry project keeper. We have a little tiny piece of cheesecake. Raspberry lemonade cheesecake, I believe is what this is. And then the last little order from Raspberries A Go-Go is this darling little bit of it. Well, it's a roll cake. What are they called? Roll cake. It's roll cake? Is it picking it up? I can't tell. Anyway, so that was the next order. Super cute. Love those. Now that I've shown them all to you, I can put them on my projects. Oh, and then the last order is she did like a little Christmas in July. And so I picked up a little, I had to look and see what I'd already ordered from her, but a gingerbread Christmas tree. Any cute. And then this little sugar cookie house thing. Maybe that'll focus. So those are my stitch markers, project keepers, what have you, from Simply Serving. Like I said, she's on Etsy and she's a delight. You usually pre-order most stuff and it ships in about 3 weeks, give or take. The next set of things I ordered yarn related, but you don't really put any yarn on them, is some yarn themed enamel pins. So this one is Keep On Casting On. You can see Joy to the Wool, their website, and contact information on the card. Keep On Casting On. I'm afraid this is just becoming more and more and more true. Hopelessly devoted to yarn. Love that. And then this was just adorable. Comfort and Joy. I don't know how the great outdoors is reflecting, but anyway, I thought that was really cute. So those are my yarn related enamel pins. And then I picked up, I don't know, Facebook, sometimes it gets you with the ads, especially if you've been prowling around on Etsy for something, then it'll throw up an ad of something wonderful. And so my next set of, I got a couple more enamel pins, not yarn related, sort of fan, well definitely fangirl, fan related. How many times can we say fan? Fan? Lots of fans. Anyway, so I purchased a couple of pins from Joy Addict. This is the Bathhouse from Spirited Away. We have, let's see, Green Gables from Anne of Green Gables. One of my favorite books. Hello, Princess. No. I'm sure the people want to see you. Look. Say hello, everybody. Say hello, my adoring crowds. Yeah, you're so not into this. Okay, go over here. Good job. Anne of Green Gables. And then the last one I selected is Bag End. I really enjoyed Lord of the Rings since, I don't know, I first read The Hobbit when I was a freshman in high school. So there are my non-yarn related purchases for the past, it's almost 2 months now, and I may have gone crazy with the yarn, which you will either have already seen or will see since I'm filming these in chunks. Who knows? Alright, catch you on the flip side. Well, I guess that leaves us down to life updates. In the best news ever, I was promoted to my boss's position as controller of the special events department, and I am loving my new position. Came with a little bit of a raise and a new title, and I am loving it. I am busier than I've ever been before, but not too busy that you never have enough time to do anything. I'm learning all sorts of new stuff. Well, I've been an accountant for almost 20 years, so I knew most stuff, but it's just in the details. You know, at X company we used, you know, account number 12345. At work. At this one, we use, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's just a matter of learning what the account numbers are, how they like things processed, stuff like that. I am loving it. Absolutely loving it. Sometimes I feel like, a bit of the imposter syndrome that I don't belong here, I don't know what's going on, but I know that I'm good enough and I know that I can figure this out. And they have a lot of support for new controllers and stuff, so everybody's been friendly. If I have questions, I can ask, either some of the they actually have controllers assigned to the different departments to help things out. So I have a helper controller. He's been there forever, so I can just shoot him an email and say, okay, I've never run into this before, but I think the answer is X, Y, and Z. And sometimes he says, yes, that's exactly right, or he'll say, well, that's almost it, but we prefer to do it, A, B, C. Perfect, fine. My ego's not hurt in anything. So been having a great time at the job with the promotion. Speaking of the job, we did have Stadium of Fire on, I think it was the 3rd of July. And so I was there helping out, doing whatever needed to be done. And one of our adventures of the day was one of our concessions people. She had got there early and had been working all day. She had done the crew feed, and it was a hot day, you guys. And so she had suffered from a little bit of heat exhaustion. So the EMTs took care of her, fixed her all up, got her hydrated and well enough to, okay, let's send you home. It's in the middle of the show. The headliner isn't on yet, but, one of the pre-opening acts were. And she had parked up the hill about a half mile away. So she came into the management office, asked if there was any way we could, take her to her car. We said yes, we have several golf carts. I got nominated to make the golf cart run. Perfect, lots of fun. So I picked her up from over where concessions was, and then there's a big major road to the south of the stadium, but a smaller residential road to the north of the stadium. So I figured I'd go up the smaller residential road. It would be less problem, less, less mess. And I was correct. So when I went to take her up the residential road, the perimeter security guy, I didn't think that I would have the hardest time trying to talk the security guy into letting us out. Let me out. Managed to talk him into letting us out with, yes, I understand that when I come back, I won't be able to park the golf cart in the golf cart pin. I'll have to, park it out here in a little service parking lot that they had reserved. Yes, that's fine. So up the hill we went. Turned around, talked to the gate security where she had parked her car. They let us in. I dropped her off. I turned around, and headed back down the hill. And I'm thinking, I don't want to park in the service parking lot. I want to put the golf cart back in the golf cart pin. So I went down the sidewalks on the south side of the stadium and then cut over and went through the parking lot in front of my building where I work, and then back up the sidewalks to a stoplight where they had blocked off traffic between this stoplight and another stoplight as part of the fallout zone for the fireworks. And so I pulled up over there and I saw a security guy. So I, buzzed over on my golf cart over to the security guy and I said, hey, I know that this road is blocked off for a fallout zone. Do you mind if I just, go up the ways a little bit and get into this parking lot, and go across the parking lot? He's all, yeah, sure, it's fine, no problem. So that's what I did. I just crossed the street and then went up, the parking lot right before the fallout zone. And I know that some of the bollards, to prevent full-size cars from getting in, some wackadoo, gonna drive a car, run over all the people, or a bomb, or whatever. Anyway, there's one set that's just wide enough for a golf cart to squeeze through. So I squeezed my golf cart through those two bollards, and then went back around the stadium and was able to put the golf cart back in the golf cart pin, back into the management office. Mission complete. We got our gal home, and she is safe and much happier. So that was my adventures on the 4th of July. Let's see. I don't think I've got any other adventures going. I've just been knitting up a storm and spending way too much money. And oh, and fun things, I purchased a Stephen West workshop that talks about mixing and matching colors and some tips and techniques that he uses. And for $50, it was €40, but the conversion rate, it was about $47. 2 hours worth of content. It's quite excellent, and I thoroughly enjoyed the recorded workshop. So, and it's came with a pattern, and I'm really thinking about using some of my stashed yarn over here to make the pattern that came with the thing. But I've got Snarkimeter coming up, so I really want to work on Snarkimeter. I really want to. There's one other thing I want to cast on. Oh, it's a poncho type thing that I cast on and then I got frustrated with and completely ripped back. So I think I've learned some more stuff and my skills are a little bit higher, and so I'm thinking about casting that poncho on since the yarn's already caked up. I should get on with that. So that is that. As far as life updates go, life is pretty good, you guys. Doing all right. Yeah. I hope you guys are doing okay. Just take it a day at a time. One step forward, one step up. Kindness never costs you anything. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.